Now available in paperback and e-readers, Spinsterella Goth Girl Summer. Take a trip into the macabre world of goth modeling in the new millennium in this spooktacular Spinsterella story. Pick up your copy of Spinsterella Goth Girl Summer in paperback and e-readers at Amazon.com and online booksellers everywhere. A military judge sentenced a soldier to 23 years in prison after he confessed to killing his pregnant wife and her unborn child.
A major development in the case of Mesha Johnson, the pregnant Hawaii woman who went missing last July. Her soldier husband admitted to killing her out of rage. We warn you, some of the details in this story are disturbing. Stephen Farino reports.
Cameras were not allowed at the courtroom at Wheeler. However, we did watch a live feed from here at Schofield Barracks. This is the first time we have Private First Class Dwayne Johnson. I can tell you he did look proper in the courtroom. He was clean cut, clean shaven. He had his full dress uniform on, and he was very polite to the judge. Answered, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. But he was very stoic and emotionless when talking about the night he killed the woman he called the love of his life. And we warn you, some of these details are graphic. Johnson's wife, 19-year-old Mesha Johnson, reported missing on August 1st last year. She was 6 months pregnant at the time. In court today, PFC Johnson said on July 12th, the two argued because Mesha accused him of cheating and threatened to keep his baby's life. Johnson said that made him overwhelmed with rage, and he grabbed the machete he kept next to his bed and struck Mesha in the left temple. He said he wanted to hurt her, but he did not intend to kill her. PFC Johnson admitted he dismembered her body, put her body pieces in trash bags, and threw her in a dumpster at his unit on Schofield Barracks. He said he thought he did that because it would be easier for the body to not be found, and he also knew that that dumpster was going straight to the incinerator. I want to go back to the mood in the courtroom. Johnson, again, emotionless and cold when he's describing what happened. The gallery, however, was the exact opposite. They were very emotional. They gasped and they cried when they heard what happened. One woman was crying so much, crying hysterically, that she needed to go out and seek medical attention. PFC Johnson faces 10 to 20 years for each of those charges of voluntary manslaughter and death of an unborn child. Sentencing is scheduled to continue tomorrow. Reporting from Schofield Barracks, Stephen Florino, KHON2 News, working for Hawaii.
Now, in this extremely disturbing incident that took place in Hawaii, Private First Class Dwayne Johnson II confessed and pled guilty to voluntary manslaughter in the death of his 19-year-old wife, Mesha Johnson. And according to reports, Dwayne Johnson wound up taking the life of his wife after they allegedly got into a heated argument. And during the course of that heated argument, he says that his wife said that she would make sure that their child would never know who he was as their father. And this allegedly triggered Dwayne Johnson to take a machete off of a nightstand and allegedly wound up striking Mesha Johnson in the side of the head, and the blade wound up getting lodged inside of her temple. And after the blade wound up getting lodged in the head of Mesha Johnson, this is where Private First Class Dwayne Johnson didn't want to contact any of the law enforcement on the military base or any law enforcement at all. No, what he did was look to try to use the same machete to take the life of Mesha Johnson further by cutting up her body. And when that machete did not cut up her and dismember her body, he got a chainsaw out and then took the chainsaw to dismember her body, and then allegedly dumped all of the parts of her body inside of dumpsters. And after dumping those body parts inside of a dumpster where they would possibly be incinerated along with the rest of the military trash, then Dwayne Johnson went and and had people think that his wife was missing. And as they did an investigation, they soon found out that Dwayne Johnson was lying about this whole case, and he eventually wound up confessing to this as related to taking the life of his wife and his unborn child, and then wound up getting court-martialed. And after he wound up getting court-martialed, he was then sentenced to 23 years in military prison for taking the life of his wife and unborn child, dismembering his wife's body and that of his unborn child, and disposing of it in the trash, and falsifying information regarding the entire incident. And now Private First Class Dwayne Johnson has lost his rank and is now on his way to prison for 23 years in connection with the death of his wife, and will be dishonorably discharged to wind up serving his sentence. Now, the military police see the alleged behavior of Private First Class Dwayne Johnson as an isolated incident, but when I take a critical examination of Private First Class Dwayne Johnson's behavior as related to the crime he has confessed to committing, it definitely fits the pattern and profile for beta males that I talk about in my book, The Man Crisis. And it's clear to me that Private First Class Dwayne Johnson II definitely was a man in crisis, and a man in crisis who was living a double life as related to the life that he was living. Now, in my book, The Man Crisis, I go in depth on beta males and how they go out here and live two lives, one in the regular world and one in a place I call the secret world. And they do this because what they want to do is have a smooth world where they can have no problems, conflicts, or obstacles in the real world, but in the secret world, this is the place where they participate in what they believe is a healthy expression of their natural masculinity and natural sexuality. And Private First Class Dwayne Johnson II definitely was one of those guys who was living that double life because he grew up in a Christian household, and as he grew up in a Christian household and went to Christian schools, he was possibly shamed into suppressing himself as related to his natural masculinity and natural sexuality, and as he was suppressing himself, he didn't want to express his interest as related to sexuality and his masculinity, and kept up this veneer of being this good military man who was a Christian, and kept up this veneer on the outside as he was in the military, and as he looked to get involved with the Hawaiian woman who was his wife. Basically what happened to him is that he started to have this other life that they didn't really report too much on, because according to some reports, he had a cell phone filled with the numbers of different women and was pursuing sexual relationships, possibly with these women that were on his phone. And as he was out here pursuing these relationships, what happened to Dwayne Johnson is that as he was getting involved with the woman that was his wife, Misha Johnson, he was looking to again go out here and get involved with her at 19 years old. Now, this young woman basically was not really, I believe, ready for a relationship, and possibly was participating in a little hypergamy on the island, because a lot of the Hawaiian girls, what they want to do is get this military man and get married to him and have a family with him. And that was a great cover for Dwayne Johnson as related to things. He wanted to have that relationship with this, I believe, still to be a girl, because she was only like 18, 19 years old. This was just a kid, and this 27, 28-year-old man got involved with this young woman, and again got involved with this young woman and was looking to go out here and have a relationship with her on the surface. And possibly what happened here was she possibly found out about his life in the secret world, possibly took a look on his cell phone, and that possibly was what led to the argument between Misha and Dwayne. Possibly what happened between Misha and Dwayne is that she saw the women on his cell phone that he was in contact with, and that possibly was the thing that led to the argument, and possibly led to the alleged threat that Misha Johnson made regarding how Dwayne would never know who his children were. And basically that possibly was the thing that triggered Dwayne, because his smooth world was about to be disrupted as related to him wanting to go out here and womanize in the secret world, and then have Misha be the one who would be the one would present the veneer of him being this good soldier and family man. And that's possibly what led to him getting triggered in his emotions during that argument and exploding in rage, exploding in a rage where he wound up again impulsively going out here and taking that machete and striking his wife in the head. And then after striking his wife in the head, and finding out that he had accidentally killed her, I believe, what Dwayne did that made the whole situation worse was he was looking to make his world smooth, by dismembering his wife's body with her unborn child inside, and then looked to dispose of it in the garbage to make his world smooth. And then, as he was making his world smooth, made it look like his wife was missing, until the investigation soon found out that there was too much evidence, and this is what led to Dwayne's entire world falling completely apart, and he went from being the Christian military man who was, again, this good soldier on the outside, to people seeing the monster on the inside. And that's where the military man became a military man in crisis. And this military man in crisis went from being a soldier who was married and had a family, to winding up losing everything as related to his rank in the military, losing his military career, and went from being a soldier who's serving his country to winding up serving a sentence going from being under the authority of the sergeants to the authority of the COs, and now will be under the federal pecking order of Bubba, Tiny, Roscoe, Big Dave, Melvin, and Mr. Sprinkles, and he's going to be going out here getting MREs as part of his mission to winding up in a place where he's going to be on a mission with Bubba, Tiny, Roscoe, Big Dave, Melvin, and Mr. Sprinkles, trading his front side and his backside for some different types of rations, and rationally going out here and trading him for the commissary items such as Little Debbie snack cakes, Ryman noodles, packets of Crystal Light lemonade, packets of Crystal Light tea, Keef coffee, Taster's Choice coffee, off-brand orange drink, off-brand lemon lime drink, off-brand grape drink, off-brand strawberry kiwi drink, off-brand mango drink, off-brand apple juice, off-brand Oreo cookies, off-brand chocolate chip cookies, off-brand lemon cookies, off-brand duplex cookies, off-brand sugar wafers, off-brand vanilla wafers, off-brand ginger snaps, Hunt's snack pack puddings, prison chips, prison cheese doodles, prison pretzels, Fritos chips, packets of soy sauce, packets of sriracha sauce, packets of tuna, packets of chicken, packets of beef jerky, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle pies, all sorts of items such as atomic fireballs, peppermint balls, all of the items of the commissary, and beef summer sausages, and honey mustard, and packets of sriracha sauce, and all of these items are the things that he's going to be traded for as Bubba, Tiny, Roscoe, Big Dave, Melvin, and Mr. Sprinkles wind up again trading the front side and the back side, filling them up with big meaty carbon rods, and going out here participating in spending those rods inside of his reactors. And after they wind up spending their reactors, Mr. Sprinkles will come in and then wind up spraying the front side and the back side with his special sauce, then call all the guys from the military cell block D to come out here and check this dude's backside being completely glazed with special sauce, as he splits the cheeks open and lets everybody see dude's backside looking like the inside of Louisiana crunch cake. And that's where, sadly, this private Dwayne Johnson will regret ever participating in this crime, because all he had to do with Misha Johnson was basically let the divorce go, because he would have been held accountable for the alleged adultery, and basically would have possibly only been paying some child support, which possibly would have took all his money, but he would have had the intangible of his freedom. But because this male had no critical thinking skills, he's now in a worse situation than he ever would be as related to life, because he would have only been on the hook for some child support at this point, possibly a little bit of spousal support, would have took a good chunk of his military money, but he still would have had his freedom. But what's even more disturbing than anything is that this guy, after taking the life of his wife, basically was out here with one of these other women, looking to go out here and pursue building a life with her. And that just shows the depraved indifference I see with this guy. That shows me that he wasn't a good man. No, he was a man, one of these beta males, who was living in his own, again, twisted, rose-colored reality where he had no regard for people. And as he had absolutely no regard for people, this soldier wasn't looking to be a head or a steward over a family. No, all he was thinking about was going out here and, again, just using women. And that's what he wanted to do in the secret world. He basically wanted to go out here and put up this veneer of this good Christian man, but this good Christian man was a demon inside of him, again, living in the secret world, using his penis as a weapon just to use it to, again, use women. Because when it comes to a lot of these beta males who are sexually repressed, they have a whole twisted perception of sex that's not about sharing love. It's all about them having power. And again, they want to have that woman up front to be that veneer, to make themselves look good, to keep people seeing the monster that's inside. And that's what I believe happened here with Dwayne Johnson, a really twisted individual who put up this veneer of being a good Christian man, when in actuality he was a man in crisis, and one of the most dangerous types of men in crisis, because this was one who wanted to make it look like he was some sort of good guy on the outside, who was out here with his wife on the outside. And again, basically shows me why I call this case a divestment disaster, because he took this Hawaiian wife and, again, got involved with this Hawaiian woman, and, again, got involved with her and looked to, again, have this relationship with her. This is why I look at a lot of these guys who talk about, oh, I'm looking to leave the black community and I want to be with another type of woman. And it shows me that these guys want to leave the black community because they have serious character issues and serious health issues. And when we go to them, again, they're looking to divest because they don't want people to see all the secrets that they have as related to why they can't have a healthy relationship with a black woman. That's what I see here with this dude, Dwayne Johnson. He couldn't have a healthy relationship due to all of the issues that he had, and he went to another community, and as he got into this other community, he got with this woman who thought she had gotten a payday with this soldier who she thought was a man, but didn't know how her life was endangered by a man in crisis. Now, if you want to learn how to identify the behavior of a very dangerous beta male like this, so you can learn how to avoid this type of person, or save someone in the direction of this type of person, or help someone correct their behavior as related to the dysfunction that they have, you can pick up my book, The Man Crisis, on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle format. You can also find The Man Crisis at other online booksellers like Draft the Digital, Google Play, Barnes & Noble, and big box retailers like Walmart and Target. And if you'd like to see me continue to make videos about the man crisis and break down why so many men are suffering, you can drop a donation to the Patreon, the PayPal, or the Cash App by clicking the links in the description box. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe. Now available in paperback and Kindle Unlimited, The Man Crisis. Learn why so many men are struggling to find their way in an increasingly gynocentric world in The Man Crisis. Get your copy of The Man Crisis in paperback and Kindle Unlimited today. Now available in paperback and e-readers, John Haynes, A Thorn in My Side. The man who rules the world takes on an agent from the CIA, from the Black Boule, in this all-new John Haynes series adventure. Get your copy of John Haynes' A Thorn in My Side in paperback and e-readers at online booksellers everywhere. Now available in paperback and e-readers, Esteemed Season of the Witch Girl. The aspiring angel takes on a wicked teenage witch in this action-packed, all-new Esteemed series adventure. Pick up your copy of Esteemed Season of the Witch Girl in paperback and e-readers at online booksellers today. Support Black-owned and Black-operated digital broadcast media. www.niceradionetwork.com. Nice Radio Network, broadcasting 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.